an article came out saying that a Walmart store manager is making up to 128,000 a year. He said, these guys are out here acting like that's a lot of money in this economy in this day and age. And Jay was like, how is that not a lot of money? And so we kind of had a bit of a discussion, and I thought that was pretty interesting to just. I mean, I guess the naive part of me thought everybody's going to kind of have the same mentality, and when we didn't all agree, it's like, oh wow. So, I'll start with you. I've started with everybody else. I'll start with you, Jay. In this day and age, man, if you are making 128,000 a year, let's say with a family of four, wife and two kids, just
Mhm.
standard family,
Mhm.
and that's the only income in the house. Do you think that amount is significant enough to live on day to day and not necessarily struggle, but be comfortable?
I think being the only income taken care of four, so I think honestly, if it's me and it's in my household, yeah, I can make that work. I can make it work. Would we have to go without some things? Sure. Um, am I gonna be driving a cash car? Probably so. My wife having a better vehicle than me, taking care of the kids. I mean, that's just the kind of household I was brought up in. My dad drove the bullshit
The beater.
patchwork cars all the time. He was a mechanic, could work on his own shit, fix his own shit. Um, my mom had the nicer car, which wasn't all that much nicer, but it was a nicer car. Um,
More reliable.
and and he made it work. There's a lot of people that thought that I lived in freaking Cape Town or the Egyptian side of Grand Prairie, and nah, we I've lived a block from Dalworth my whole life.
For those of y'all not in the know, because I'm sure there's a lot of people not from Grand Prairie, the area that Jay's describing as Egyptian and Cape Town and stuff like that, that's old money. That's considered established, older area now. People live in their
Mhm.
50s and 60s. They're kind of living in that area. Dalworth, for lack of a better word, Dalworth was like the ghetto. That was like lower income families, predominantly minorities living in that area. So just to give you guys some perspective. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Jay.
And I mean, we weren't well to do or anything like that, but the way we dressed, I was not ashamed of wearing hand me downs. Um, I've told this story before. Uh, my second grade teacher, love her to death, Miss Riggins. I'll say her name because I still love her. She had two older sons that when they outgrew their stuff, we got them. And my brother and I would wear polo, Ralph Lauren, Jabot, whatever they outgrew, we got, and I had no problem washing that shit and wearing it. Um, so I think there's ways to make it happen. I think like shitting on a six figure income is just crazy to me because I've never made it. I've never made a. I did. I take that back. I made it 1 year, and that was one of the best years of my life. So it wasn't. I don't think a six figure is
Let, let me
anything to
let, let me ask
sneeze
you
about.
this, Jay. Not to cut you off, but when you made that 6 figure year, how long ago was that
Uh,
estimate?
is the IRS watching? I
Probably
hope
not.
not.
Hope not.
I hope not.
I hope not.
Um,
It don't matter. This is our burner account.
true.
Yeah.
It was a few years back. I'll just say that.
Okay, a few is in
Not
more than five,
no
more
no.
than three.
Mm, no.
Okay, so it was
So like 2 years.
it's last year or
For
this
lack,
year.
No,
for
it
lack
wasn't.
of
It
better
wasn't last
words,
year or
it
this
was
year,
it,
but
it was recent. It was
I,
recent. It
in
was
the word,
recent.
in the words of Julio the Don, I plead the fifth.
Really the
Exactly.
fifth. Okay. And the only reason
Well,
I ask is
let me
because
ask
the
you.
economy's been asked the last 2 years, really.
But that's
So
fine. But like even in the early 2000s, I was mid early 2000s. I think I was like hovering around 75K, maybe.
So
Hey, and that was phenomenal back then. I ain't
Yeah.
even gonna lie to you.
yeah, bro, because you not you in particular, but I think we all grew up in a household where our parents or grandparents said, you know, get a good job, make 50, 40,
Mhm.
50, 60,000 a year,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
you know, you'll be okay. And then the economy went to shit. So it when you said, you know, not to sit on the 6-figure income, it's not that I wanted I know you were referencing what I said, but it's not that I'm trying to sit on it. It's in today's economy, number one, that 128K, that shit is probably more like 100 after taxes.
I think we
And
said it
then,
was something like 75, 78, like
That's
take home somewhere in there.
a big cut though. I don't think it's that big of a cut though.
I mean, bro, the more money you make, the more they take in taxes. Now
Your
I
tax
know
bracket now.
I ain't in that tax bracket. So how much they taking out of that, you know, this is just a rough estimate. So if we do the, you know, I think it's 33 and a third right now, and 128K, 33 and a third, it's probably somewhere around 101, between 101, 105. So yeah,
That's
you can live,
that's
but
just
if you
still to me that's a lot of money. But my bad to you.
no, bro, it's a lot of money to people that, and this ain't about you, but it's a lot of money to people that ain't never had that type of money. But
Mhm.
it's a lot of money until you have to spend that money, because now you got to factor in housing. We're gonna say housing. The housing market is not what it used to be.
It's an
Rates at
all-time high
6%
right now,
now.
bro.
So shit, you like, bro, you gotta, bro, you can't. Okay, the regular person is making $20 an hour on a job, bro. They can't afford a 2 or 3 bedroom apartment any fucking more,
Facts.
because a 2 or 3 bedroom apartment right now
Facts.
is like between $1,500 to $2,300, depending on the
Yep.
area.
Think you
In
need to
some
go.
places, even higher.
Yeah, I was gonna say you need to go higher than that because you can't even get that over
Yeah,
here.
like, bro, I had a 1 bedroom apartment and I was paying $1,500. So I know, and this was in the old part of Grand Prairie that's like kind of new.
Yeah.
Rent houses, bro. A 3-bedroom rent house in a okay neighborhood. This ain't Highland Park and this ain't South Dallas. This just some shit like Duncanville, Cedar Hill. A 3-bedroom, 2-bath house is $2,300, bro. So
Mhm.
you deduct that. What you do when you get more money? You spend more money. Now you done went out,
Mhm.
bought a car. Probably bought some shit brand new. Bro, car notes
Yep.
right now, 500. This is just a car note. 500, $1,500 to $1,500. That's between a like a mid-sized sedan and a pickup truck.
Mhm.
Factor in insurance. We just gonna say regular, you know, regular insurance, $200-300, full coverage. Bro, you gonna have some money left over, but this just, you ain't gonna be you'll be in a better position than what you were before. Hell yeah,
Mhm.
you definitely will. But in terms of being comfortable, I just don't see that as being comfortable, especially with the way gas prices are. We talked earlier
Groceries.
about like spending $500 in a grocery store, and you're not walking
Mhm.
out with anything, like
Mhm.
Well,
nothing, bro.
yeah, and I
Um,
I agree with all that you said, T. And part of that is we need to hold. I believe we need to hold these corporations' feet to the fire because the pandemic is over. It's been over for I don't know how long, but it's been over.
Fake news. Fake news.
So I didn't say all that, but like, and we need to get back to normal. Stop price gouging everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bro, it's the shit is ridiculous, bro. Like, why does a carton of eggs cost $8?
It
Seriously,
shouldn't. It
it's
shouldn't.
eggs, bro. It's
You
fucking
know,
eggs.
you know, a bag of chips is $5.49. Like
Yeah,
a regular
bro.
bag of chips,
Yep.
$5.49.
Bro, it's like, and I'm not saying that I'm a cheap ass, bro, because I'm gonna buy what I want. And it's not that I don't make good money and that we can't be comfortable, but when you supporting a family and you factor in housing, transportation, groceries, utilities, and all of that shit is being pulled from that 128K that's already between 101 and 105 after taxes, bro, you really don't have too much left over to be comfortable with because all of your money is already going out of the door when you get it.
Yep.
So I just think that, as a people, you kind of have to determine your worth. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
well, let me ask you this too, because I don't think we covered this. Are we talking about now? It's only one income, right? We're not
Yeah.
adding in
Yeah.
a
It's
spouse
just
income or
nah.
anything
It's,
like
No.
that.
No.
it's just
Just
one.
one
It's
income.
just that one income, and nobody else got no money coming into the household.
Now,
It's just that.
why isn't? Because now, while I say this, I live by myself, but I have multiple streams of income. I always have, always will. I'm not one to stick to one thing. I will have a part-time job if I can swing it. And if I'm tired as hell, so be it. I'm not gonna
But
live.
there's a reason for that, right? You're having to generate these extra streams of income so that way you can
Live how you want.
live how you want to live. Not I'm not going to say live comfortably, because at one point you have to think, okay, what are my wants? Not my needs, but
Right.
my wants, right? So for me, is like, yeah, we look at this article that says, 128K, but again you have to kind of factor that in, right? What do I want instead of what do I need? Some of us, and a lot of us on here, we know what it is to live on what we need. We know that we need to pay the rent, we need to pay the light, we need to pay all these extra things in order for us to have what we need to have. Some of us, we still have that mindset of, okay, yeah, I have all the stuff that I need, but I want to have, like, just throwing stuff out there, a big entertainment system. I want to have the nice car that never fails, that's still under warranty, that I can,
Smells like new car.
that smells like new car. I need to have, designer clothes. I need to have, designer shoes. I need to have this. I need to have that. But at
One.
the end of the day, you have to be able to differentiate, or however you say it.
Differentiate.
There you go.
Oh,
That
ladies and gentlemen,
That
Zion
word.
Williamson has joined the
Zion
chat.
Williams. Yeah. But
Real
you have to be
lackadaisical
able
with
to,
that.
yeah, you have to be able to separate both what you actually want and what you need. And if you can't do that, and you're constantly living in the, I want to have this, and I want to have streaming services, and I want to have cable, and I want to have this, and I want to have that, of course you're going to be spending more money. You're never going to make enough in order for you to be like, okay, I'm living comfortably, this is what I need to have. If you're constantly going back and forth on that, and dealing with that and battling through that, then you're constantly going to be looking for extra ways to make extra income, even if it's just off of one income. And that's why I think T brought it up to begin with, is because you can't necessarily live off of one income with just that amount. That's why most people that are in, a family environment, to where you have a spouse and yourself in a
Well,
household, both of them work because
It
you want to have those extra things that you want to have, whether it be
absolutely.
taking extra vacations or doing
I,
whatever it is that you want to do on the side. You want to be able to do those things. So both of you have to work. It's not
But
just a one person thing.
that's the thing. I think the whole how we grew up as the mom stayed at home, dad always worked, the
Mhm.
one income household, those days are dead.
It don't
They've
exist
been
anymore.
oh
dead.
yeah, yeah.
Like it
Bro,
cannot
This
exist.
economy ain't built for a
but
one
that
income
No,
household, fam.
women will tell you
no.
that they wanna. That's what they want to do
It can't
till they
exist.
start doing it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You got to go to work. You got to find something. Like I can't.
exactly.
No, and not to be like you know I'm big on mental health and all that, but and then not just because it's a strain on mental health or financial well-being. Like you can't expect a man. Well, you should expect a man to work his ass off. However, we're equal, right? Everybody like y'all fought for equal rights. So hey,
It,
you got
some things that you talk about men and women, bro.
yeah. I
Bro,
mean, you got look,
women,
look.
women want to say, and it's not a shot at women, but all women know this. They gonna tell you that they want equal. They want it to be equal until it's something that they don't want equality on. So you know,
Oh,
I'm
you
But
don't
all
get
that's
to
the
for
thing.
just
it.
That's
choose. You don't get to just choose equality, bro.
no, you don't. You shouldn't be able to because, to be honest with you, like if we're going that route, like you know how women say, "Oh, well, he needs to make $350,000 to date me." I've never heard one man say, "Oh, she has to make 500,000 in order for us to date" or anything like that. But switch it around.
We're different. We're different creatures, bro. Like
That exactly.
different.
That
Yeah, bro, because
There's different
we're
priorities.
tapping into
Yeah,
we're
like
tapping into
a
something that's
man is
completely different.
a natural provider by
provider.
instinct.
Provider.
That's what he does.
Exactly.
We
Yeah.
we're not built to say I need somebody to take care
You
of
know,
me.
you know what? You know what?
Exactly.
There's here's a quick story, real quick. We were flying to Vegas one year, me and my ex, and this flight attendant. You know how the flight attendant sits in the exit row if you have
Yeah.
exit seats. Normally, the jump
Mhm.
seat is in the exit row. She sat down. She noticed, we were a couple and all. She's like, "Oh, where y'all go? Y'all going to Vegas? Blah blah blah." Oh, what's your sign? She asked me what my sign was, and I said I'm a Capricorn. And then she asked my ex what her sign was, and she told her Libra, whatever. And the lady point blank told her, "Oh, I feel for you, honey. He's gonna be a workaholic. He'll take care of you, but he just he's gonna work, and his work is gonna be his main thing. Just be ready for that." And I was like, "What? Like it's true, but why would you tell somebody that?" Like it kind of it didn't hurt my feelings, but it was like, why are you?
Why are you telling me the
Cock
truth to
blocking.
my face?
Well, no, why are you like you're trying to put fear into her to where, oh well, maybe I don't want that. Maybe I don't want a workaholic husband or you know shit like that. But like that's what you're supposed to do as a man. You're supposed to work. You're supposed to provide, like you guys said. That's the way I was raised.
But
That's
but
I-
that's the thing is that we have to kind of take that into consideration that how we were raised, right? We were brought up by men that we provide. Again, we've talked about this before and we've brought it up before that our generation, the way that we were brought up is yes, a man provides for his family, a man is the head of the household. We do what we need to do in order for us to survive. Not to take anything away from women or not to say that women don't have equal rights or this and that and the other. If you want to think that, that's great, but I don't think that there's a guy on this panel on our show right now that says I'm expecting somebody else to take care of me, to be able to say that I expect my significant other or my person that I'm with to be able to take care of me, and for me to be kind of like, oh, nonchalant, I'm going to sit back on the background and just do my thing and enjoy it and let them take care of me. I don't think that any of us are built that way. There are some guys that are out here that are wanting to do that, or that can do that.
You're gonna find yourself alone
But-
real quick with a mentality.
But that's
like
the
that.
thing. But that's what I'm saying is just is like we are not built that way. We are built to the point to where we are the providers. We know that if we can't provide for our families, we do whatever we can possible in order for us to provide. If we can't do that, then at that point we feel like we have failed. At
We
least
failed.
I think
We
that
I
way.
failed.
worked. I
But-
worked
But
3 jobs before, so yeah, I can. Yeah,
exactly. So
Come on now.
I'm not gonna sit here and say
Jay is
that,
short for
oh, I'm gonna be
Jamaican.
okay. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm gonna feel comfortable with somebody else taking care of me. If I can't take care of a person, or if I can't take care of my family, then there's a problem. And that's the way that I see it. Now, some
Right.
other people may jump on and be like, oh no, that's not right. The other person should share the load, this and that and the other. That's bullshit. For me, the way that I was brought up, I'm going to be able to take care and sustain my family. If I'm not able to do that, then I need to figure it the fuck out and real quick and make sure that I'm making what I need to do in order to keep my family running.
But
That's the
how
way that
much
I think.
how much of that is our instinctual nature, and how much of that is that machismo ego bullshit where you're like, I'm the man.
It's
I
50
gotta, you know what I'm
Bro,
saying? Like I was raised, I was raised, my dad worked, my mom worked. They both worked. My dad worked all day, my mom worked. We got home, she cooked, she cleaned, she did laundry, she made sure everything was in its place. My dad got home, he ate, and he relaxed. When my dad got home, he was done. So coming into my relationship, I kind of had that mentality, and my wife was like, it doesn't work like that. Like, this house is a 50-50 as far as you don't get to just go to work, come home, and you're off. But that was my normal. That was not her normal. It was different in her house. So I think it's natural to want to be the provider and be the one. You want to make sure that as a father, as a man, you can say, as a husband, you can say, you know what? My family is well taken care of. And I provide that security. But ultimately, I feel like it should be a 50-50 as far as I work, you should work, especially like we said in this economy of back to the original thing of 128K, and you're trying to raise a family with all those bills. It's tough. It's going to be tough. The other thing you think about is, and I've experienced this in my life, I'm not ashamed of it, bro, is you know how hard it is to live paycheck to paycheck, and all your money goes to bills and shit you don't want to pay, and then you see something that you want and you're like, bro, I spent all my money on shit that gotta be paid, and I don't have no money to do what I want to do.
it's
I
not
can't.
fun.
You know what I'm saying? That's hard, and a lot of people are living like that right now.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah,
people
bro.
are going through that, and it's
Yeah.
like,
Bro, it like right now, bro, it's nothing is gonna go back to the way that it was.
Never.
Let's be
Never.
honest.
Mm-mm.
So the 3% interest rates on mortgages them days are gone. Gas prices being, $1.50. Bro, I don't think I've seen gas hit a $2 even since 06, 07.
no, it was
maybe?
it was a while back. It was a while back that we were
Nah.
close.
I said two.
We were
even,
close, but
Nah,
I
it
don't
was
think we ever
27.
yeah.
I'm talking
Yeah.
about two even.
Bro,
I don't think I've
pandemic.
seen that since 07.
Bro, growing up,
So-
gas was 79 cents a gallon.
Yeah, like, bro, the economy right now is horrible. For the best way I can put it is Because when you work a regular job, everybody knows when you work a regular job every year, you get what? A merit increase. They
2 to
used to call it a they
5%.
used to
So
call it a
2 to
cost
3 to
of
5.
living.
Right.
They used to call it a cost of living increase. Bro, the increase that you get on your job does not equal how much stuff is in the economy. It doesn't
No, hell
equal.
no.
It doesn't factor in paying for gas, lights, food,
Nope.
electricity. Like it's motherfuckers out here like they got food stamps, bro, and still struggling because
Yep.
everything else is so high.
Yep. Hey, and
And
you know what? You know what corporations call that? We're competitive. That's competitive
yeah,
pay
like
because other companies are giving the same kind of merit percentages we're giving. So it doesn't have to match the cost of living. It just has to match the other guy's pay plan so that you're not worried about going nowhere else.
but that's why
Exactly.
I always say, and to go back to what we was talking about with the Cowboys, bro, I always tell people try to get what you think you worth. Like they not gonna hesitate to pay you $2. Like
That's a
I can
fact.
go back to when minimum wage was 237, 235. I
Yep.
mean, so they not
Mhm.
gonna hesitate to give you the low end. So you have to go in there and start off high. I'm not gonna go in there and shortchange myself, bro, ever, ever. So, but I just think that in today's economy, in today's world, one income for a family, the example was 128K. That's not enough money, at least in Texas. It's not enough money
No.
to support a family, bro. That shit
And the
might work
crazy
in
part is that,
Louisiana or a
yeah,
state
and the
where
crazy
somewhere
part
where
is
things ain't so high.
you got people coming from different states, from different walks of life to come live here in Texas because apparently our state is better paid. We have cheaper rates. We have this and that and the other. But
Ain't no state taxes.
There's no state tax. That's why
and
everybody
Hey, we
hating
don't
on
we
them.
don't we don't we
but
don't want to advocate
here's
that
the
and bring
thing is
more
that
people here.
but you invite all these people in, and all these people move here thinking that, oh, it's so great because of this and that and the other. But you get here and it's like we're in
But
the
it's a
same
it,
shit that we were back where we
but
were at.
No, no,
compared to
no.
a market like California, bro, it's
It
heaven compared to like
Oh
California.
yeah,
it's
But
great to
yeah,
them. Like depending on where you come from, it's
yeah.
absolutely amazing here compared to
Yes,
where they're coming
$1
from.
million in California gets you a run of the mill house, nothing special, but you live in California, so you're paying for the name.
Here
You
in
come to
Texas,
Texas with that million,
that's
at
a
least
mansion.
it used to be. I can't really tell you what a
Yeah.
million's going to get
nah,
you now,
Not no more.
it's
but
a pretty big house.
back then, bro, you came to Texas with a milli, you sitting on some
Yeah,
land and a big ass house.
Yeah, but
yeah.
before you get to North Dallas, because North Dallas, shit, boy, North Dallas is like
Frisco,
North California.
Yeah.
Frisco.
Yeah,
But
man. This I like the convo, fellas. Like I like
it's
the
hard out here for a pimp.
hey fam.
Hey,
Hell yeah, you ain't lying.
When you're in a situation where you're trying to provide for so many people as a man, bro, like you said, Jay, the mental health that comes with that, because if you're in a relationship, finances is the number one reason for couples to get divorced. Because
yeah.
why?
Yep,
It's a mental and emotional strain on
yep.
a relationship, on you as a person. And as a
Mhm.
man, if you ain't making it, bro, tell me I'm lying. Don't you just feel like ass, bro, when
Yeah.
you see
Mhm.
your family like, oh, dad, can I get that? We can't do that, bro.
We
That's like
can't
a
do that right
slap in
now.
the face, bro. It's
Yeah.
it's it's tough, and
and
maybe
and, and some people don't understand that. Some people don't get that. Some
right.
people don't understand the whole concept of, especially when you're the dad, right? When you're there and you hear your kids, oh dad, I just want to grab this, or oh dad, can we go here, or oh dad, can we do this? And then you have to be that guy that says, right now we can't.
Put the shit
I
back.
can't
Put
do
it
that
back.
right now.
Put it back.
Please put it back. You know what I mean? That right there, just that by itself, you don't understand how much that puts on you as a man. It's like, damn, I can't even get my daughter or my son this simple thing that they're asking for right now because I don't have it.
Right. And it
And
gives
it
you a different
sucks.
perspective on your
Yeah.
parents when you were growing up, because I know with my parents, I always heard that shit. Before we get in this store, let me just make it real clear to you. Don't ask me for shit. Don't be
ask me for
grabbing shit because I ain't getting you shit. So let's
Well,
make that
Exactly.
clear.
Well, now I think it's apparent why our parents had a budget. Why
Yeah.
they had a tight budget. No, my dad's budget was tight as shit. You couldn't go over $1. Like
We didn't.
Mhm.
We weren't raised on a budget. We didn't know what a budget was. Like my parents were
Nope.
not financially
Nope.
savvy until I graduated high school. Like
I-
late in my teenage years is when my parents were like, "Oh, this is how money works." So I can't even say the word budget was not a word that we use in our house, because
Yep.
well, that's the thing. When growing up, our budget, like our grocery budget, was $500. But we
A
shopped
month?
a month. But we shopped on base, and the PX has its advantages because it's tax free. If military people know what I'm talking about. But my dad was in the military, retired. You go to PX, you buy your groceries, and you come home. It is what it is. It was cheaper. So that's the way we bought our shit. My mom had a deep freezer. We didn't really ration food, but come on, you're not going to eat up the whole house. We just got this shit. It has to last.
Yeah.
Like you're not
Well, that's kind of like what me and Joe had talked about before previously, was that, we grew up on beans and rice. Not a lot of people know what that is. Beans, rice, and tortillas. As long as we had that in the house,
that was an
we were
essential
good.
staple,
That's a
fam.
meal.
That's what we basically lived off of. So yeah, now as a grown man, sometimes that's all I want. It's just beans,
Bro.
rice, and some tortillas, and I'll be fine.
Listen,
But you talk to your kids, and your kids are like, "Oh, well, why can't we go get McDonald's, and why can't we go get
Man.
Whataburger?" I remember there was a time where going out to eat was like maybe a once a month, maybe once
Yes.
a
It was
week
a
if you were
luxury.
lucky.
It was
It was a luxury.
luxury.
It was
It was
like
a
But these
never
kids,
in my
like-
bro,
house.
my kids,
it was
bro, my kids
it was
never
a
had
special
crab,
event.
bro.
Yeah.
Crab, bro.
Yeah.
Like who
2024, these kids asking for crabs.
Again, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro,
and
we
I
didn't.
still
I
have my
didn't even know
daughter.
you could eat crab until I was in my damn 20s, dog. Anytime
and-
anybody mentioned crabs to me, I was like, bro, sorry for your situation. That was the only crabs we knew about growing up.
For real. And that was one of the things, like for my oldest daughter, she loves seafood, right? So I remember the first time I took her to eat Alaskan crab, and she fell in love with it. Now every other 5 minutes it's like, "Hey dad, when can we go get some crab?" I'm like, "Bro, you know how expensive that shit is?
Do you
No,
got
we
crab money? Do you
Bro,
got
you
they
crab
got crab
money?
money?
They don't understand the value of what things cost. My son's the
Exactly.
same way. My son just recently started working, so he's starting to understand, and he has to pay part of his car note. So he's like, "Well, shit, like
Yeah.
now, yeah,
Now all
Now-
of a
now
sudden
you
it's
get it.
I don't want to use my money.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
want
It's like,
Yeah.
hey, dad, can we go out to eat? Yeah, y'all got money, so y'all can pitch in. Oh, never mind. We don't want to go out to eat. I'm like, why?
Yeah, real
Why?
quick.
Y'all got money.
Exactly.
Y'all
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
money. Let's go eat. Nah,
Yeah.
dad. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
want to
what I
use my
do.
money. How you think we
Yep.
feel?
yeah."
Exactly.
And now,
And that's one of the things that I constantly struggle with, because now that my daughter, when she works, of course, and I'm like, she's like, "Oh, dad, well, let's go. I want to go buy me some new designer jeans." I said, "I'll take you to Walmart. If you want some jeans, I could take you to Walmart real quick. I could take
Get
you to
on
Ross.
Shein.
I could
Get
take
on
you to
Shein.
yeah, I could take you anywhere you want, but shit, we ain't going to the mall. Why? Because they're $50 jeans. I don't spend $50 on my jeans. Why in the hell would I spend $50 on your jeans? Come on, man. I
See,
mean,
but
the
I'm the opposite because for
So
me,
so
it's like everything that I didn't get growing up, I want to give to my kids. Because I'm
that's what
like,
yeah,
bro,
I'm
that's
gonna
I
be
know what
devil's
the
advocate.
struggle was. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, I know
yeah.
what it was
But
like
that's
to
the thing.
be told no. So
Yeah,
on the opposite end, I'm like, man, I remember how bad that sucked.
yeah.
I want to give my kids everything I couldn't have. Hey, nowadays it's like, hey, we both can't have it now.
Ex- Exactly. But see, that's
We
the
both
thing.
going without it.
When they were small, yeah, I get it. Trust me, I did the exact same thing. I would spoil the shit out of my kids. Whatever they wanted, whatever they needed, I would be real quick to be like, "Yeah, you want those new J's? Hell yeah, I'll buy you those new J's. You want this? I'll get it for you. You want this brand new video game? I'll get that for you." You want to do those things because you know what it felt like when you were a kid and you will be told no. I get that part of it. But at the same time, now that they've gotten older, now that I have teenagers that actually work, that go out and they make their dollar and this and that and the other, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, they're like, you know what, Dad, sounds good. Let's go eat Chinese. I'm like, shit, you got Chinese money? Because
You
I ain't
got
got Chinese,
Chinese money, bro.
because I ain't got that kind of money right now. I know my ass right now. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna still pay this light bill, how I'm gonna pay the damn rent. I still got to figure out how I'm gonna keep the internet going for you guys so that way you guys can stream services. I got to pay for all the damn streaming services. So it encompasses all that. And I got to figure out how to keep gas in my damn tank so I can make it to work every day.
Yeah,
So I can keep paying for all this.
yeah, I gotta have gas so that I can go to work, kill myself to give you the shit you're unappreciative for. That's beautiful.
Exactly. So it's one of those things to where you fight that battle. And yes, I know that for a lot of us, because we went through those things, we want to provide those things. But at the end of the day, you got to kind of find that balance. You got to figure out what that sweet spot is to know, okay, some things I can say, yeah, you know what, fuck it, we'll splurge on this week, and then the other next week it's like, oh, we're not going out this week. Nah, we're just chilling at the crib this week and just kind of kicking back. Enjoy your streaming services, enjoy your internet, and that's
So
what we're gonna
you
do
feel
this
all that
week.
air conditioning heater? That's all me, baby. That's all me. You're welcome.
And I just
Enjoy that.
before we end, guys, I want to clear something up because it's not like I don't want people thinking that I'm this bougie, even though sometimes I am bougie. But 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 I work and have multiple streams of income for a reason. I've
Yeah,
realized that our
You want to
life
Wait a
live how
minute.
here,
you live.
well, no, no,
Yes.
no, no, no. Our life here on Earth is very, very short. So if
yeah,
I'm going to live my life, I'm gonna have the things that I want, and I'm
exactly.
not gonna. I don't want to have to depend on anyone. I don't want to have to go back to my dad, to my mom, to
Hmm.
anyone, my brother, sister, anyone. I don't want to be a burden to anybody. Be, hey man, uh, can I borrow some money to pay this light bill? Or hey, can I? You know, I'm not. I've never been that type of person, and I will kill myself working before I become that type of person. So
Yep.
again, and I didn't realize it until my dad said something, and he was like, "You didn't realize when I was in the military, and then like sometimes y'all would get up in the middle of the night, and I was either coming home or leaving in a." He was like, "It was a brown pants, brown shirt." He said, "You didn't realize that I was working security at the same time as when I was in the military?" I was like,
Hmm.
"I didn't put two and two together. I didn't know what you were doing. I didn't ask
Hmm.
questions." But he like from that far back, he had two streams of income because you never know what could happen. You never know. He could have got dishonorably discharged, which that would never happen, but it could have happened in the military. Um, he's always had multiple streams, so that's just how I was brought up. That's just the way I live.
Hmm.
Hopefully it doesn't hinder relationships. I hope not. I hope someday somebody will appreciate someone that busts their ass for them and for themselves, because I know some guys our age that get payday loans, which is crazy. I ain't, that's crazy and wild to think of, but it happens. It happens. So
Now, when you let me just clarify, when you say that's crazy and wild, to me, that sounds like a little bit of shade and judgment. Let me
I'm
just
not. No, no,
clarify.
no, no, no.
Are
I'm
you
not.
saying like, hey, that still happens? It's crazy. Like that in this day and age, we still got to depend on that, or are you just like, you really gonna
It's
let yourself slip that bad that you got to do that?
well, I feel like if you go that route, you start getting like you can never play catch up. You know what I mean?
Deeper in debt.
You
Yeah.
keep going, and like it's set to snowball you to where you're
Yeah.
just continuously in there, right? So why
Mhm.
not just go find a side job for, I don't know, a couple of weeks? You ain't gonna
Because
have to.
that payday loan is immediate relief.
You
It's
ain't gonna.
it's immediate resolution to the problem. It's I don't have to worry about you taking this money for about 2 or 3 weeks. I should have gotten paid by then. Um, I mean, that's why people go get those loans, bro. Like, uh,
It's it's no shade. I'm not saying it's shade. I just think I would go a different route. That's
Hey,
just
I mean,
me.
you
I ultimately I
Yeah.
agree with you. Like, I'd rather instead of finding a way to put myself
DoorDash.
further in debt, I'll go find another job. I mean, I myself, y'all know, bro. How many jobs I done had since y'all know me? I've always had one main job and a bunch of other shit going on.
Yeah,
So I'm not like
it's
I'm never gonna
needed.
put myself in a bad position,
It's
bro. And
needed.
I
You
figured that out. Like
you know
I told Joe this shit earlier in the week, bro. Bro, growing up, my mom was on crack. So I saw this lady wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning, go be a bus monitor for the school district, then go work with the special ed kids, then come home and do home health like foster care for special ed kids.
Mhm.
She had 3 jobs while
Yeah,
doing drugs. I don't do any fucking drugs, so why I can't do that?
yeah,
Like why I can't put myself in that same position?
yeah,
And
Yeah.
yet we were still poor.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
Hey, bro, you know what'll get you with a payday loan, and I'll be transparent, fam. When I was in my late teens, early 20s, I fell into that trap. I didn't know what that was, but I remember one of my friends was like, "Bro, just get you a payday loan." I was like, "What the hell is that?" Like I hadn't even heard of that.
Yeah.
I went and got one, and my mindset was, like you said, I'll get paid, I'll pay it back real quick, right? But then you get there, and then when it's time to pay it back, you're like, shit, bro, I could pay it all back, or or I could just catch
nah,
them with this minimum payment.
and that
And
300% ass interest.
yeah, and I'm just like, I'm good with the rest of this money. And then you mess around, and next thing you know, it's like,
In a
damn,
rabbit hole.
I'm hurting bad.
Yeah.
So I'll never throw shade on somebody that's struggling financially. I've been there, fam. I'm not. I'll never be too proud to admit that I've been through a lot
Yeah.
in my life, fam. I've seen struggle. I've seen the highs of the highs and the lows of the lows. And there's been times, man, that I got to go with my hat in my hand, embarrassed to my parents and be like, look, man, I'm working. My wife is working. We still ain't making it. I don't know what's going on. It's not that we're trying to live above our means. It's just we're not making it.
Yeah.
And it had to go back to mom and dad. So I'll never
And
throw
now
shade on somebody for their struggle because for me, I've lived it. I know what it is. And hey, man,
now,
especially nowadays, these times are retardedly hard.
here's the thing. I'm not throwing shade.
Right.
I'm saying find a better way. Find a better way. There are better alternatives than a payday loan. Now, like T said,
Absolutely.
like T said,
Absolutely.
they're it's immediate, right? You could sign up. You could sign up and go DoorDash.
Just
You
go
could
buy a
sign
brick
up in
and flip
Uber.
it.
That
We
too.
we not
That's
advocating
illegal.
for
We hold on.
any. We don't
Disclaimer.
need the
Disclaimer.
fans watching.
The burner account does not condone.
Hey, you
This
said
buying a
amazing.
brick and
we literally said nothing is off limits.
Hey man.
No.
I mean, look, bro. I think that at the end of the day, family is a support system. So you should be able to, if times ever get rough, nobody wants to, but you should be able to lean on
Exactly.
your girl or your woman,
You boy. Hey,
your
some
mom.
women would be like, get out of here with that shit.
I mean,
No.
you're right. I done had a fair share of them, but thankfully I wasn't in that position where I had to lean on them. It was, fuck you. I'm ready to go anyways. So, but yeah, bro, I just think like, if you got a brother, a cousin, a sister, your mom, your pops, nobody wants to go back to their family and be like, you know, I'm fucked up. I need to borrow some money to whenever, because at the end of the day, like that still puts you in somebody's debt.
Yeah.
For real.
Still.
For real.
So, but you get more leniency when it's your people. You know what I'm saying? So
Sometimes.
I mean, yeah, you're right. And it just depends on who the person is. Like, I know I got a great relationship with one of my cousins, bro. He's like my brother. If I ever needed anything, I could call him and be like, hey, bro, I'm fucked up. I need whatever. And it's there. And I don't have to worry about really paying that back immediately. It could be, I'll get it back to you when I get it. So,
Yeah.
I just, I prefer to take the route of, like, I'm trying to make something of myself, so I'm gonna do
Mhm.
everything that I can do to get to that before I start asking or have to ask.
Yep. I feel you on that.
Yeah, boys. Well, good shit. We'll have more conversations like this, man, moving forward. That's kind of what we're transitioning to, guys. So if you stuck around with us to the end of this video, you'll kind of get the understanding. This is what we're trying to focus on more, is that every person struggle, whatever whatever the situation may be, we're trying to give you 4 unique perspectives, and we know that everybody's going to relate to at least one of our perspectives, because our perspectives are so unique, bro. Like, everybody's lived a certain kind of way, grew up a certain kind of way. And so we're hoping that you'll join us on this ride, and you'll enjoy the content, and you'll want to share it with your friends. So until the next time, everybody, thank you so much for watching the inaugural episode of the Burner Account, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.